Hello and welcome to another episode of Salary Voodoo, the show right here on the MMA Engine channel, where I, your host Monk, aka the Monkmatician, break down three fights from a very different perspective than you may have ever seen before. Now, what is Salary Voodoo? You're coming here for the first time. You have no idea what I'm talking about. Salary Voodoo is just a different way of constructing your GPP tournament lineups, guys. I take three fights from you, the community. You guys have commented last week what fights you want to see me talk about, so thank you very much for that. But I take those three fights, and I don't even care who the fighters are. I just want the salary information. Who's making the optimal, or which salary is making the optimal at what rate? What salary has a great win rate? How does the number 9 fight of the night do as far as making the optimal? All of these pieces of information may not be readily available to you. I am giving you now right here on the MMA Engine channel. So guys, without further ado, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's me, Weezy, Brady, and Lou. We're bringing you UFC content several times a day, several days a week before each and every UFC card. So be sure to check that out. Whether it's you're playing, you're making wagers, making bets, you're playing DFS, making picks for bragging rights over your friends, whatever it is, be sure to tune in. Your one-stop shop, the MMA Engine channel. And last but not least, guys, be sure to comment down below what fight you want to see me talk about next week's card. Just give me 2 fighters, give me 1 fight, give me 3 fights, however many you want. I'll pick the 3 most popular ones. I will break it down from a salary voodoo perspective. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. First fight for salary voodoo that we are going to talk about, picked by the Green Reaper Green. What is up, my guy? Thank you for your comment. $8,700 versus $7,500. We got JSP Jonathan Pearce going against Amirkhani. Featherweight fights have just overtaken female flyweight fights. 54% of the time they're fought, someone from those fights makes the optimal. This is the best percentage out of all weight classes, so great start here. Fight number 5, somebody from that fight makes optimal 52.24% of the time. All we want to see is numbers over 50%. This is fantastic, but salary pair, we do back off a little bit. 45.9% of the time these two salaries pair off. One of them makes the optimal at just a 45.9% rate, guys. So let's get into the individual salaries. JSP, $8,700 has been used 60 times since January 1st, 2021, and has made the optimal 19 of those 60 times. That's a great number. 31.67% optimal. Anything over 25% is good. Anything over 30% is tremendous, and 31.67 is over 30% last I checked, so a great optimal rate for this salary. It also has a fantastic win rate, 71.67% of the time it wins, and when it does win, guys, makes the optimal 44.19%. This is a decent number, especially for this salary. The more expensive the salaries are, generally the harder it is to make the optimal win. So a decent number here, just under 45%. Average DraftKings points per win for 8,700 is 94.24. Pretty good number. Let's take a look at the underdog counterpart of $7,500. Been used 2 more times in the 8,700. Has made the optimal 10 less. 9 of 62 total for a terrible percentage of 14.52. I think this is the 3rd worst overall optimal percentage, so not a good look. 29.03% win rate. Again, very subpar. When it does win, though, 50% optimal. It sounds like a good number. I said we want 50, on everything, but when the salary is this low, that number, should be much higher. I mean, all of its counterparts are in the 60s, even 70s. One is at 50 even. Average DraftKings points per win for 7,500, 93.31. Man, guys, what are we going to do? Is this fight going to be cursed? Is this fight going to be blessed? We have great numbers from JSP, but we have subpar numbers from Amirkhani. We got ourselves a frozen jack, guys. This is a cursed fight, a hexed fight, if you will. The salary score for 8,700 is fantastic. A top 10 number, 8th to be exact, 6.82, but $7,500 counterpart really holds this one back, guys. 12.33 salary score, 26th best salary overall, which means, what is that, the 5th worst overall? It's not a good look. Be sure to pair this with my game theory video out, which should be linked in the description below. You'll have all the stats from JSP, all the stats from Amirkhani. You will know exactly how to play this one, but just the salary side of things, gonna have to give this one a first rating. We got a frozen jack here. Next fight we'll get into UFC London is gonna be picked by my guy Lou Betya, my intrepid co-host of the Monk and Lou's Happy Hour, coming to you every Friday at 4:30 Central Time, 5:30 Eastern on the MMA Engine channel. $8,500 Volkan Oezdemir going against my guy, my favorite fighter on the card, easy, and one of my favorite fighters overall, 7,700 Paul Craig. Let's go, baby. If you didn't notice, I got my Paul Craig shirt on. Let's rock it. It's being rocked every single show this week, so that's just how it is. It's Paul Craig fight week. Light heavyweight fights. 50% of the time, someone from a light heavyweight fight makes the optimal lineup. This is fight number 9, and that is subpar. 44.78% of the time, someone from the 9th fight makes the optimal. Like I said, you want to see it over 50. But let's rebound with the salary pair. 85 and 77 is the best possible salary pair to play with someone making the optimal from these two salaries 65.363% of the time. This is a ridiculous number, guys. 65% optimal is insane. 8,500 has been used 64 times, and it's made the optimal a ridiculous 18 of those 64 times, for a percentage of 28.13. Like I said, anything over 25 is good. Anything over 30 is fantastic. And we are right in the middle there. So a great optimal rate, 8,500. Has a win rate less than where you'd want it, 48.44%, which for a favorite salary is very low. But when it does win, guys, 8,500 makes optimal 58.06% of the time. Its average DraftKings points per win is the highest on this entire video. Spoiler alert, 98.64. So we have some great numbers, all except that win percentage from the $8,500 salary. Let's go over to the Paul Craig side of things, $7,700. Been used an equal amount of times as the 8564, but it has made optimal 6 more times than that. 24 out of 64. This is the most the highest the salary with the most times optimal. 24 is the highest out of any salary by a few. 24 out of 64 is amazing. 37.5% optimal. Remember I said anything over 30 is tremendous. This is 37.5% optimal. My God. When it does win, guys, or sorry, it does win 51.56% of the time, making up for that lack on the $8,500 side. So an underdog salary with a 51.56% win rate. This is fantastic. One of the best numbers in the entire range. In fact, second best win percentage for a dog out of any salary. When it does win, 69.7% optimal. It's 11.5% higher optimal in wins than its $8,500 counterpart. This is an insane number and one of the very best in this salary range by far. Scores 96 points per win, guys. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? Lou, what do you think, man? You think this is going to be? No, this is going to be a banger. We got ourselves a Bernie to celebrate, guys. This salary scores for these two are fantastic. 8,500 for Volka for the $8,500 salary. 7.34 salary score. That is 12th best overall. Not terrible by any means. Top 50%. But the $7,700 side, guys, 6.04 salary score. That is 5th best out of any salary. It goes, let's see, 9,500, 9,400, 9,000. And if you take out the $8,100 salary, which is never used, this one is number 4. 7,700, and it's a dog salary, guys. You have to play this salary any chance you get. I love both sides of this. 63% optimal as far as salary, or 65% optimal as far as salary pairs, the best number on the board. Play this fight. Paul Craig fight week. Let's go, baby. And before we get into the third and final fight, please like the video, subscribe to the MMA Engine channel, and hit the bell as well. You'll never miss any DFS betting, any kind of content for every single UFC card going forward. Guys, fight number 3. Be sure to comment down below what you want to see next week. We have the main event. Of course we do. Picked by, I want to say Kenyon Martin, but I know that's not right. Kevin Martin at Kmart0604 on Twitter, guys. Give him a follow. Thank you, Kevin, for your contribution here. 8,300 Tom Aspinall, 7,900 Curtis Blaydes. Heavyweights make optimal 51.79% of the time, guys. This is a crazy number. Like I said, anything over 50. I believe this is the 3rd or 4th best weight class you can play. Fight number 14, a bit subpar. Only been optimal 5 out of 13 uses. for a 38.5% or 38.46 rate. Not great there, but it does make up for it in the salary pair, 60.32. This is the third best salary pair you can play. We already talked about one of them. This is number 3. 60% of the time these two are paired off, someone makes optimal. Guys, these numbers are crazy coming up here. Each salary, 83 and 7,900, has been used 63 times. Both of them have each made the optimal 19 times. What did I say? Over 25% is good, over 30 is tremendous, and both of these salaries are over 30% optimal. Absolutely killing it out there. I mean, love, love, love this salary pair. The win rate for 8,300 is a bit better, a couple points better. 52.38% compared to 47.62%. That's exactly what you would expect with two very close salaries here. The optimal in wins. When 8,300 does win, 54.55% of the time it makes the optimal. However, $7,900 is wins. It's only $400 less, but it has an almost 9% points better in making the optimal than the 8,300. 63.33% optimal in wins. What a fantastic number. Both of these numbers very, very good. Average DraftKings points per win for 8,300 is 95.82, 94.58. What do we got for Kevin Martin's pick? Of course, it's going to be a Bernie. This fight is a must target for GPPs, guys. 7.06 salary score for 8,300. That is 10th best out of all salaries. And in fact, the dog salary, again, better than the favorite salary in this instance. 6.99 salary score, 9th best, one slot better than the $8,300 counterpart. Guys, let's take a look at the recap before we get out of here. The first fight, JSP 8,700 against Makwan Amirkhani 7,500. That is a frozen jack. That was the Makwan side. The $7,500 side brings down the whole equation for me. Next fight, Volkan Oezdemir going against my guy Paul Craig. We got ourselves a Bernie in that one, 85 and 77. 77, the best salary to play. In my opinion, one of the best, I should say. Then lastly, the main event, another Bernie. Tom Aspinall, 8,300, 7,900 for Curtis Blaydes. We got a frozen jack and two Bernies. A good start to constructing your lineup, guys. So thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully this will make a big help, big impression, or rather in your lineups. Pair it with my game theory video that is out now. Link in the description below, and you will know exactly how to play all three of these fights. Guys, one more time, check out Weezy, Lou, me, and Brady on the MMA Engine. Like this video, subscribe to that channel, and you will miss nothing going into every single card. As always, I want all of you to enjoy the fight. So enjoy, and we will see you next time. And be sure to comment what you want to see next week as far as fights go. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Oh, no. There we go.